Okay guys, next up is Zeus, and this is a really fun mid hero. A lot of the spell damage possibility. He's one of the purest nuke type of heroes. All of his spells deal damage. All the stuff that you get either adds new spells that deal damage, like Nimbus, very nice AoE spell. Kaya amplifies all of the existing spell damage even more, and then high-end stuff like Refresher, and you can immediately recast all of your stuff, but mostly used for Nimbus and Ult, because all three of these have already very low cooldown, especially Arc Lightning, 1.6. This is even lower than Skyrat's Bolt, so really low cooldown. This is 6 seconds, also really nice. So pretty much the same way you play Skyrat, if you have experience with that hero, your auto attacks are pretty much replaced with Arc Lightning, your first spell. So you will never do stuff like this with Zeus. Pretty much at any point of the game, maybe early couple of levels on mid, so you get denied, but Zeus is never going to be doing this. This is your auto attack now. So even if I turn off the no cooldown, you can see I can just cast it, go left, right, more a bit, recast it again. That's what you're doing in a combination with this, and then just spamming the first spell and ult and when needed, and Nimbus. So something like Otherlands will help you with the cast range that you always need. But this spell, Heavenly Jump, this is a new one, newish one. So used to be Shard, and Shard is pretty much replaced with this, and this replaced the Shard. So this is a one charge of leap, something like Mirana has. She has 3 though, so you gotta be careful on mid. You just want to put as much points as you can in Arc Lightning, because again, this is your main attack, this is your last hitting ability, you last hit with this. You do everything with this pretty much. And just put 1 level into this, you can, just escape if you need. It also deals damage if they're close enough. It's gonna zap them and slow their movement speed, so that's good even if you chase somebody. Get there quickly and also slow them down, deal damage. So that's your Heavenly Jump. It's just 25 seconds cooldown, so be careful. Early you want to get all the stuff into Arc. Lightning follows, right? 1.8 to this, and then ult, of course, as soon as you get level 6. Especially if you have enough mana, especially if the enemy lanes are kind of low, and you can almost immediately cast and get a kill, especially then, right, at level 6. So that's kind of how we play Zeus. And the first problem that we're gonna solve with this is mana, because this is really spammable, right? Goes almost 100 mana, 1.6 seconds. Your mana drains quickly. Ult is also pretty expensive, 300 on level 1 as well. Nimbus as well is pretty pricey. So Otherlands is something that you should always get as a first item, strictly, nothing else really. Do not waste time on anything else. It has to be Otherlands, especially, like I said, it's gonna give you cast range for Arc Lightning. You can stay in the safe distance. As you can see, I can beat really a lot of distance between us, and that's what you're going to do, right? You're gonna go for extra cast range to be safe, but also be able to nuke. So I'm safe, they can't reach me, but I can still reach them and nuke them, right? So that's why Otherlands for the cast range. The other pieces, of course, extra mana. You need mana anyways, you need mana regeneration. This item for Zeus really has its value for a hero like this. And another great thing with Otherlands is you can always take the path with boots and arcane boots. You just get the energy booster for this, and then get the Void Stone, which is the second piece for this, then the recipe, and then you will just disenchant your boots on right click, unlock the energy booster, and it's gonna combine into Otherlands. And that's pretty much the best way, because you keep the arcane boots, you keep spamming refreshing mana, you increase the mana pool, and then once you find the second piece, once you find the recipe, you can just remove those and get Otherlands. You don't have to get it immediately, you can just keep the Void Stone here and play with arcane boots if you want to do that. But you're gonna want to get Otherlands anyways as soon as you can. Extra cast range is the best for Zeus, right? So first item, something like that. If you need mana on the lane, just take a couple of clarities or mangoes, or make a couple of null talismans, whatever you need. But always get bottle with Zeus, especially so you can pick up the runes, especially the first 4-minute runes. I keep forgetting their name, the water runes. I can't remember the names, but especially those. Bring bottle if you want as well, it also works. So after Otherlands, there's kind of an option after getting this item. You can go for something like Kaya, but in my case I just completely ignore this I feel like there's no time now to waste on stuff like this. This still costs money. It's great, but I would much rather rush. As soon as I finish Shadowlands, I would much rather rush Scepter. This is the hero that really benefits a whole lot. This is a huge spell given by Scepter. So it's called Nimbus. And it hits one hero periodically with the last level of your Lightning Bolt. And that's an extremely nasty spell. This takes a lot of hits to destroy. And you know, especially heroes like Legion Commander, anybody that can kind of keep him in place, where this just keeps zapping them, creates a really nasty area to fight in if they want to stand fight in that. And you know, you can even use it as a way to see if somebody's there. You know, it's gonna reveal the whole area. So if somebody just, you know, disappeared into black area, he's kind of low health. Say this guy, you know, I can't see them, but I kind of know. Oh, not the ult. Misclick. I kind of know where he went, so I can see him with this. If it's low, I can just ult. That's one way to kill him as well. So the scepter is something you will always have with Zeus. I just like it much sooner than later. You know, you want to diversify. Kaya is great, but I would rather take one more full spell where it creates a really nasty environment for the enemy, right? And gives me a lot of options. And this is also global cast, so wherever you are on the map, you can cast Nimbus from your base, from anywhere. Another big selling point, right? So I will just rush Scepter. You can decide with the pieces if you want to get the Wizard Staff, you know, for plus 10 int, or you want to get Ogre Axe if you want to get more health. You want to get what is the name of the point booster if you want, that gives you a bit of health and mana. So you can decide on the pieces. Usually it's Ogre Axe, you just need mana with Zeus always, and kind of what I get as well. So yeah, these items, Etherlands and Scepter, pretty much just sets you in there. Even if you left Zeus as he is, so none of these. He is incredibly dangerous with just these items, and it's not hard to get him at all. You'll be playing mid, you'll be less hitting with this. It's really easy to take Zeus, teleport anywhere on the lane, cast quickly this, get kills, go back to mid, continue farming, or just clear the jungle along the way towards mid. You can do a lot of stuff, and again, this doesn't require to be close. This is global cast, this is global cast. And then a lot of these will have extra range with Etherlands. So just playing against Zeus with this is really nasty for the enemy team already, right? And all of these that I kind of prepared are just such a nice bonus. So after you're done with Scepter, then I would go into Kaya, or I would just also ignore Kaya, but getting something like Refresher at this stage feels still too early. I might even have enough mana that give me the problem. I can't calculate right now. Been a while since I played Zeus, but usually you would need at least something smaller before Refresher, just to secure the big enough mana pool, right? It's gonna be 1k, so 1300, but that is with Kaya, right? So I can actually do it if I'm level 18. So it's 13k and one cast of each spell pretty much. But I can't cast double Nimbus, so yeah, that's the problem I was talking about. So 13k with ult, I'm left with around 300 mana. I can cast all three of these, but I can't cast Nimbus, and I wanna cast Nimbus twice. That's kind of problematic, right? So you would need something to bridge, at least something smaller to bridge the gap, get more levels. Maybe find even in neutral items, or maybe find something like let's see. You know, Horse can help. It's 200 pure mana. Anything that gives you mana. Saki Headband can increase your int. Small stuff like Arcane, but that's tier 1. You'll be far from there. So yeah, not even a lot of mana items actually. They're all kind of tier 4. Ceremonial Robe, of course. So yeah, that's what I wanna see. So tier 3 ceremonial, you should go for this or for a headband. Try to get these for extra mana, but pretty much there's nothing else there that can help you really with that. Yeah, this is pretty much regeneration only and health. Yeah, it's only pretty much horse, and carry the horse until you get tier 3 something. And like I said, Zeus doesn't really auto attacks. You don't care about damage, so you can even take something interesting like like Philosopher's Stone if nobody wants it, but your support should carry this, especially post 5. But if post 5 doesn't want this, or post 4 even, and they're not that the damage stuff that they care, you can just snatch the Philosopher's Stone, gives you mana, reduces your attack damage. We do not care about it, but it's a lot of extra gold. So yeah, so you will need something to bridge the gap before the refresher, but something like I don't know will work. So if you get this, you can just leave it at this. You can also go for Ethereal immediately, because the way the Ethereal is made, this piece can be really nice for you as well. Ghost Scepter. So Ethereal is made out of Kaya and Ghost Scepter. Ghost Scepter can help you a lot in surviving. You know, somebody like Ricky with the dust, so you can quickly get out the silence. Somebody like Ursa can jump on you. This is also great. I don't know, Husker even, to stop him from giving you a lot of stacks for fire arrows, stuff like that, you know. So if you want to delay the refresher, you can, and maybe you can just jump into Ethereal, but it also costs money. Again, second piece is useful. You'll be making Kaya anyways. You can play like this if you want as well. It's completely fine, right? But yeah, now some other stuff that can where did the placement? There it is. Some other stuff that you can get at this stage. Let's say you don't want to deal with any of these. You can get Blink for extra mobility, and it's just a way to gank. Yeah, but Blink is Blink really for any hero. You know, if you want to chase and do a lot more spell damage, you can escape with that plus the jump. But in my case, I just don't get Blink with Zeus. I don't know. I just learned with Zeus to move as perfect as I can around the map and around the fight. I just stay the hell back, cast my spells from a distance with Netherlands, cast the Nimbus, and ult. They don't really get me, at least until I do enough value where I can safely die and say I would have died anyways. There's not much more value to have, or my mana pool is empty. I played Zeus a lot. I just kind of learned to always move around the fight with him and be fine with just Heavenly Jump. You know, I just know which hero might jump me, which hero might go for the blink on me, and especially if I have Ghost Scepter, then really there's no need for me to get blink. Blink is an option. I used to get a lot of items with builds with blink in Dota 1 when I played, but here it's kind of different. You know, you don't have this in Dota 1, so in Dota 1 there's no movement for you, nothing. There's the shard is still there, so the static field, the passive is still unchanged, right? So that's kind of another option you can go for. You know, after Netherlands and Aghanim Scepter, which would be your basics, go into Kaya, then see, maybe get this, go into Ethereal. You do not have to go even on the refresher pad. You can just get something that's much safe, like Aeon. It's not like it's required from you to go refresher and become this ultimate nuke machine. That's where the Zeus gets the most value, but it's a long way. It can be a hard way to get there. It's gonna take a lot of time. The game might end. Again, I would not go for Aeon Disc the same way I wouldn't go for even Scepter or Blink. I just move around the map in my way. I just don't get killed like that at all, almost. And for me, I would just keep all of this and rush straight to refresher, or after I get Kaya, right? I'll be getting some levels in the meantime. My mana pool will be big enough. I can cast refresher, and the pieces usually are really bad for other types, but for Zeus it's a lot of regeneration, helps you with mana as well. So even the pieces are not that bad in Zeus' case, right? So for me, I would just get, you know, boots and stuff. I would probably even leave the boots. I don't care about the boots. There's travel. But again, with Zeus, I just play with boots. I don't know, that's how it is. I just teleport around, play with boots, jump with heavenly jump and deal damage. These are global casts, so I don't know. It's weird to explain. So I would just bother with Netherlands as first. I would get Scepter as second. I would get Kaya as third. Stay with those and then see. Did something really bad happen? Maybe I just need Aeon Disc. This buys a couple of extra seconds, but Zeus is not really the type where you're gonna do some crazy stuff in that period of time. He's not somebody like Shadow Shaman, somebody like Lion, where you can, you know, stun, hack somebody or do big ult like Shadow Shaman or like Lion. It's more in a way, for example, with Warlock, where it's more just to make you much more annoying to kill, make them waste more resources into killing you and trying to bait them. You know, when they see a weak hero like Zeus or like Warlock being protected by Undead, they kind of just want to invest and get it done. They don't really want to let it go. A lot of people just want to let you go, even if it's a waste of their resources. So they might just try to push you and finish you off. And I guess that's why Aeon Disc is something great in that sense. I would have gotten Aeon Disc as well, but probably as like the last slot, because I really don't care for any of these, honestly. Not for the Blink, not for Aeon Disc, not for the Scepter. So where I left with Kaya as the third one. I would just try and rush towards Refresher, or if I get this, maybe I can even solo win the game. That's the type of the hero Zeus is. Yeah, at that point I'll probably have a lot of blacking bars, so maybe hoods and pipes and God knows what. But I mean, you can still eliminate at least their supports and at least do a lot of damage before they can press anything. Because you can cast this whenever you want, so you can use your Thunder God's Wrath. It's gonna discover any hero anywhere on the map, as you can see. So even before the fight starts, I can cast that, I can cast Nimbus, I can refresh, I can cast ult again, do a Nimbus again. If they want to turn Blacking Bars after that, they're gonna be nuked a lot, that their health is gonna be down a lot. So I did my, you get value anyways, right? So that's why Refresher, and their supports are gonna be in a pretty bad state if I hit them twice with this, with the Shard as well. I forgot to mention the Shard. Shard was what was here initially. So Heavenly Jump was Shard, and Shard was the basic ability. Static Field, pretty much whenever you cast any spell, it deals extra percentage of the enemy's current health. So this is now a set level of 9%. I didn't mention it, but you should always get the Shard before, of course, this big one. So for me to get the Shard, again, I would be done with this. I would get Ether Lance, I would rush the Scepter. When I get the Ether Lance, when I get the Scepter, then I would get the Shard. And then I would go into Kaya and try to reach Refresher, which I probably wouldn't reach if it's a tough game. But you know, if I do reach it, it's a big game changer. So I should have put Shard there, but I kind of forgot about it. But yeah, get your Ether Lance, cast range, mana regeneration, mana pool. That helps you survive. So you have to mess too close. Get your Scepter, so it gives you new skill, and then get the Shard, so all of the stuff that you have is amplified by the 9%, right? Once you fill up all your slots with spell and you're kind of safe with mana and cast range, then get the Shard, and then see what else you want to go. If you want to go Kaya, into Ethereal Blade, if you want to go just Kaya into, where's the other piece? Ghost. If you want to just stay on this, that's also fine. Maybe you just don't want to finish it here, maybe you just want to use this, survive a bit more. But yeah, and Disc as well, or you just want to try after this, just try and go for the Refresher. That's pretty much it. If I saw the game clearly, like, which I can't now, I can see how the game is going, I would know exactly to say, you know, maybe hold up on this, it's a lot of money, you won't reach it, you're dying maybe a lot. Try getting something like this, you know. Just be sure to not die before you cast this. If you die, if you kind of, you know, relax and you die before casting Nimbus and ult, that's gonna hurt your team a lot, you know, especially because you're mid. And Zeus can get just infinite value if you move around the fight and just keep spamming spells, keep nuking, cast this when they go off the cooldown. This is on the lower side. This is 45 seconds. That is a low cooldown for a spell like this. And with the Refresher, you can create a lot of, you know, space that's really nasty for them to be in. You can make those circles however you want with Refresher, and even without. So the main thing with Zeus is to learn to move around the fights, stay in the range of attacking, but not in the range of dying. You know. And that's problematic if you don't know which hero is gonna go for the blink, which hero can do these types of items or these types of stuns or hexes. Can you see every hero in the fight? If I'm in the fight and let's say there's they got a lion or shadow shaman roaming. I can't see him in the fight. It might be the possibility that he's gonna jump on me and some other hero from their team and just try to hex me and quickly kill me. You know, any combo like it can be lion plus Lardar, for example, lion plus Ursa, anybody of those. Maybe I don't see them. Maybe just jump on me, one hex or stun, and you're pretty much done with Zeus. Even if you have Aeon Disc, I do not believe it will help you anyways, because there's nothing really that can help you that much. So if you play Zeus, just learn what hero is gonna make what and move around the fight, and that's pretty much it. The items are not even that big of a deal, like I said initially. The big deal is Scepter, and the big deal is Netherlands for the cast range and the new spell. Anything else is not a big deal. Just at that point learn how to move, don't die. It's yeah, the most value is if you can still stay and spam this, especially with the shard. It's a lot of damage, interrupts anything they have, and yeah, this is also a mini stun, right? This one can stop teleports. It doesn't really, does it say? It doesn't say. Briefly bright, unobstructed vision. Yeah, it doesn't even say. Oh, it says mini stun. It just say mini stun, right? So like Luna's Lucent Beam, stuff like that. So yeah, you can use this spell to cancel any channeling spells or teleports, or also use the lightning bolt. I can't see any of these now. There's none of these. You can just cast on the ground and devard. Zeus is a like automatic devarding hero, right? You can just cast spell anywhere. If it's on the ground, if it's on the big poles door from stone poles, just cast this, check if there's any wards. You can also destroy them, and that's why this spell is also used, right? So if you're on mid, do not bother buying those blue wards to see where their observer is. You know, just do a lightning here. It's gonna show up if it's there. If it's not there, just do lightning here. Do even here if it's not showing. You're gonna find one of those anyways, wherever it is, and just clear it, right? Do not have to spend money at all. Zeus can just do it for free. So that's kind of it. What else was I gonna say, really? Well, nothing much really. Just get a couple of basic items and learn to move around the fight. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Also see like save your Nimbus if there's any heroes that can create like a nice crowd control for a while. Don't just cast this as a random spell. They can still, it's gonna happen once, but after that they can quickly move out. So try to see if there's anybody in your team that can keep them in place first, and then try to combo off of them to get as many zaps as possible. Yeah, with Nimbus. And yeah, that's pretty much it with Zeus. Let's take a look at the talent tree. So talent tree, I just take mana regeneration. You're gonna be missing mana at all points anyways, just take that. Don't care about movement speed. Also take health. Again, they kind of know why they're giving you health. It's tough to survive. Nothing can really help you that much, so just take the health as the devs are offering for you for a reason. I do not care about this. Third one, you can choose, but plus 0.4, the mini stun is already there. I do not care about 0.4. I would much rather invest 100 into Thundergod's Wrath, your ult. That gets amplified by Shard, and gets even more amplified if you have a refresher, right? So it's a lot of extra damage. And the last one, I just take the 325 AoE for your second spell. So there's the other side. That's one of the biggest level 25 upgrades in the game, right? That one is pretty crazy. So it hits anybody in the circle. If there's mobs, if there's heroes, they're gonna get hit. And now you got very low cooldown on a big AoE spell, right? This is 6 seconds only. So AoE 6 seconds, buffed by Shard, buffed by Kaya also, spell amplification, and I used to pretty much stay in the back. There would be like a huge wall pushing towards us, especially heroes like this, like Axe, Centaur Warrunner, Bristleback. But I would just stay so much in the back, but in range, spamming the first spell and the second spell. I would actually push through all of their health alone. That's what Zeus can do. You can really delay any type of push alone. Just stay back and spam these. you're gonna clear the wave, you're gonna harass them so much, they're probably gonna have to back off, and I could buy so much time until my team even respawned or came back to defend the base, whatever the case is. That's what this one does so well. This is also great, but you know, 100 damage at level 25. The guy's gonna progress a lot. Everybody's gonna be buffed. Everybody gonna have their blacking bars and hoods and whatnot pipes. What is 100 extra damage in a spell at level 25, right? Nothing. So just take the AoE. It's a big upgrade. So yeah, that's kind of what Zeus does. This nuke and nuke, refresh, nuke again, and pray that wins you the game. If not, really nothing you can do. Again, there's some mobility option if you want to invest in that. But again, just depends how you feel about the game, how you feel about the movement. If you feel they're catching you too fast, if you feel you're dying before you can't even cast Nimbus and ult, your team is spamming you to do something about it. Maybe just invest, just forget about this thing, and just invest into Blink or invest into Scepter. That's pretty much it. Nothing really I can say, right? You'll have to test the waters yourself and see how it goes with Zeus. But one thing with Zeus is also, it's just one of those heroes, however the game goes, win or lose, even if they're stopping you all the time, again, Zeus can always stay behind and get frags and escape. That's kind of the beauty of this hero. However the game goes, if it's the worst one ever, you can still frag stuff with ult. Now you can just stay back and see what happens. They kind of go low health, you just zap and with ult and run back to the base, and it just annoys them pretty much. You kind of get satisfaction out of that. You are losing, but you're just making it so bad for them as well to take the win, because you can just spam so many of these and get kills as well, right? So it will always have fun with Zeus. I just like playing him, and the value is almost always guaranteed from Zeus. You know, there's nothing that really takes time for him. All of the stuff is immediately cast. Yeah, I just kind of amplify that, stay back and spam it. That's pretty much it, right? So this is gonna be Zeus, guys, and I'll be seeing you on that next one.